Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, in last video we have seen two important text components. One is a text field, another one is a text area. Now in this video we are going to talk about something called as checkbox and checkbox group class. Okay, so basically just imagine that there are some applications where or registration forms where you are having a kind of a fields like hobbies. So what are the hobbies? And there they have given the list of hobbies. You have to check them. Okay. So if you want that such kind of facility, then you can use AWT class, and that class is checkbox class. Similarly, you might have seen in many registration forms you have a facility where you have to select the gender. Okay, so we have a gender, and then we have given some options like male and female. So any one of this particular option can be clicked or can be selected, not both. Okay, so whenever you want something like that, then you can use checkbox group class. Both these classes are being provided by your component class, and now in this particular video we are going to concentrate on the same. So checkbox class, as I discussed with you already, that whenever we want some options and multiple options are there, and I can able to select one or more option out of it, then I can use checkbox. So for that, the class which has been there, it's a checkbox class. So the checkbox class is used to create a checkbox, and it is used to turn on an option on whether it is true or false. You can make it. Clicking the checkbox changes its states from on to off or off to on. So basically, whenever I'm having checkbox, that single checkbox is having two states. One is on and off, true or false, kind of. So if whenever I'm checking, it becomes true, and whenever I'm unchecking it, it is kind of off, or I can say it is like false. Okay. So if you see here, I have checkbox 1 is equals to new checkbox, and to which I have given the caption, that is yes. You can have a default value set to it, true or false. That is the second parameter. You can pass it to the constructor, which we will see through a program. Then we are having checkbox groups. So as I told you, it's kind of a option button, where we have a multiple option, but at a time I can select only one option. So if I have a gender, so within gender I either male or female I can choose. Okay. Or if I have a blood group, let's say, and I'm having a list of blood groups, so at a time I can have only one blood group, A positive, B positive, whatever. So the checkbox, it's an object. The object of checkbox group class is used to group together a set of checkboxes. At a time, only one checkbox is allowed to be on. Okay, and the remaining checkboxes is set to off state. So it inherit which class? Object class. So basically, this checkbox group and this class belongs to object class. Then how to create it? So first of all, here we have created checkbox group. First, okay, this is a little bit what I can say, it is not a straightforward to create this. So first of all, you have to form a group. Okay, then you have to create on individual checkboxes. Okay, and then you have to provide these checkboxes a kind of a group. You have to place these all three checkboxes into group. Okay, as they are a part of one group, so at a time only one of this particular three checkboxes can set to true or on. Rest of these are been set to off. So here I have created first of all checkbox group, that is C group, and later on I have created two checkboxes, checkbox 1 and checkbox 2. If you see here, first of all, on first checkbox I have given the caption, that is A positive, and then I made it as C group. I have second parameter, that is C group, C group tells me that it is belongs to a group called as C group. And then I made it false. False means what? It is currently not selected. Then checkbox checkbox 2 and to which I have given the value first caption, that is be positive. It is belongs to C group, okay, and it is set to true. So by default this checkbox is being selected. After that you have to add these checkboxes to the frame. So likewise we can able to create checkbox and checkbox groups. So we will see a small demo on the same. So here again I am having one small demo where I have imported java.awt package because I want a frame, then checkbox, then checkbox this group which is being provided by object obviously, but frame then checkbox is being given by your component classes, and those I need to be having in AWT package. So here I have created a constructor, normal constructor of checkbox demo class, and in this constructor I have given some layout. So what you have done, you have created first frame, and in frame you have given the title, and the title is checkbox exam. Then you have created one checkbox, simple checkbox. Reference of that checkbox is checkbox 1, and to which you have given the caption, that is maths. Then you have given the bound, means from which in the given frame where actually it should place. So I have given the coordinates according to the x-axis and the y-axis, that is you can give by using setBounds function. So 100 comma 100, from top 100 and down 100, 50 to 50, I mean the space for it is a 50 pixels. So likewise you have given the bounds. After that I have created one more checkbox, checkbox 2, to which I have given the caption, that is physics, and this physics is being set to true. That means out of these two checkboxes, the second checkbox will be by default checked. Again you have given the bound to it as per the frame design which you want to give. Then later on I have created a checkbox group. In checkbox group you have one checkbox, that is checkbox 3, and if you see caption given to it is a maths, then you have to provide the group. So it is belongs to which group? Checkbox group. The reference of this particular object you have to pass it over here. I'm having a small demo of checkbox demo where we are having a class. First of all you have to import the AWT package in order to get all the classes like frames and so on. Then the class name is checkbox demo. In this I have a constructor, and within this constructor I have written some code to create the kind of a application where you can have a checkbox as well as checkbox group. So within it, first of all what you have to do, you have to create a container. So I have created a container, that is frame, because if you have a container then only the individual objects, components which you have created, you can place it in a container, otherwise it is just not having any relevance. So to this particular frame you have given the title, that is checkbox example. Then I have a checkbox object over here. Reference is checkbox 1 and caption given to it is a math. Then I have given the bound to it. So checkbox 1 dot set bound. Here I have given this particular checkbox should place where in the frame. So from x-axis 100 to y-axis 100 to the what I can say length 50-50 is being given to this particular checkbox 1. Then you are having checkbox 2, which is having caption, that is physics, and it is being given true value is as a second parameter. So what the second parameter says, the second parameter says that this particular checkbox should be by default checked. Okay. So for that you have a option to give a second parameter to the constructor of a checkbox class as a true or a false. Here again I have given the bound for the checkbox. After that, here I have created a checkbox group. Now what you have to do is, first of all you have to create a group. Then you have to create two different checkboxes or n number of checkboxes. Then you have to bind these all checkboxes to the particular group. Okay, so that this will consider as one unit and one of this particular value will set to true. So here I have created checkbox 3. If you see in checkbox 3 I have given the caption, that is maths. I placed it or I binded this particular checkbox to the checkbox group called the, what is the name of the group. So this is the reference of your checkbox group, and then I have make it as false. So what is false? By default it will be not checked. Set bound to it. Then I have created one more checkbox, given a value to it as a physics, then placed bind it to the group, made it false. Then I have set the bound for checkbox 4. Then I have added all those checkboxes 1, 2, 3, 4 into frame. Then we have set the size for the frame and set the layout, which is no layout has been given right now in this particular frame. And then make this frame visible. After that I have a main method and I have created object of the class checkbox demo. What will happen here? The constructor call will take place and this layout will get created. Okay, so let's try to compile this. It's got compiled. Run it. So have a look over here. I had two checkboxes, and in this physics checkbox I have given value true. That's why by default it came as selected. But you can have both the things selected. That's the use of checkbox. Or if you want, you can deselect. Okay. Then I have a checkbox group to which I have placed maths and physics checkbox, and if you see both of them, one of it earlier when I have launched it, both of them were deselected. Okay, now I can click any one of them. It's like a toggling. Okay, so at a time only one will get on. Okay, so that's your checkbox and checkbox group is all about. So just try out such programs, try out different combinations, and do if you like our video, do share and subscribe it. Thank you.